was Memorial Day, but Democrats decided to make it about George Floyd instead. So Mayor Jacob Fry says today, we remember George Floyd, who was murdered by former Minneapolis police officers 6 years ago. That moment changed our city forever. At no point should the death of a career criminal take precedence over Memorial Day. But let's not forget, George Floyd's the exact same person who dressed up as a water company worker to commit a home invasion with 5 other people. And one of the people that he was actually robbing at that time was a pregnant woman. This is the left's hero. It was 6 years ago and it is today. At the time, I was covering the trial, and it clearly says in the report that there were no life-threatening injuries identified. But what it did show is that there was enough in him to any normal human being, which is enough to justify a reasonable doubt. One of the craziest things that happened is that after they put up a memorial of George Floyd, lightning struck it. I mean, you can't make this kind of stuff up. But the point here is that Democrats choosing to honor George Floyd instead of Memorial Day is the biggest reason why we'll never truly be able to unite with them.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys pulling up. This is ignorant, man. Goodness gracious, man. Democrats always pandering. Always pandering. Tim Walz is a clown. Once again, here we are. Democrats showing Americans what they actually care about for real. Here it is on Memorial Day. A couple of days ago, they decided to celebrate the death of George Floyd on Memorial Day. They could have did that on Sunday. They could have did it on the following week. They could have did it Saturday. But no, they chose to celebrate on Monday, which is Memorial Day, which was a day started by freedmen, Black Americans, to celebrate or to honor the lives of the Union soldiers who fought in the Civil War. And it has since been adopted, as a day that we sit back and not mourn, but celebrate and be thankful for those that gave up their lives, the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, those that wore the uniform. Small percentage of people, very small percentage of people. And yet the left continues to show us exactly who they are and what they're about. And then you get Al Sharpton out here saying some of the most reckless and crazy stuff, imaginable. But I mean, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
Now, Jigaboo Sharpton is at it again, people. George Floyd's story is the story of all black folks. What? So what, you said all black folks are criminals? His story? Are we talking about the same Dan who went to jail 8 times, held the door as a pregnant woman, committed robbery, resisted arrest, and ain't surmounted to a thing his entire life living on this planet? That man? You saying black folks' story is like that? 'Cause that ain't my story. Sir, the boy consumed a god-awful amount of toxic items before he was unalive. 3 grams of, that's enough to unalive anybody immediately, expeditiously, remedy. You know this, don't you, Al Jigaboo Sharpton? You, along with the Democratic Party, was trying to convince us that Eric was the issue. Now, I think the knees was a little bit too excessive. I think most of us can agree to that. But we all also understand he did not die because of no knee. We can't be who we want to be. Sir, you've been a multi-millionaire most of your life. What are you talking about? Mind you, capitalizing off easily manipulated black folks. Whites kept their knees on my neck. Are you sure about that, sir? Because I'm sure white folks made you wealthy. Al Sharpton, every week is something with this guy. He's always saying something between him and Roland Martin and Hakeem Jeffries and they give you a headache, man. They just give you a headache.
I understand this brother's sentiment. I understand where he's coming from. And it is frustrating. Al Sharpton, who I would assume does not live around black people, multimillionaire, MS no one's watching TV host. When Barack Obama went to the when Barack Obama was president, went to the White House more than anybody, got nothing accomplished. But he's out here talking about black folks are like George Floyd. Are you kidding me? 83% of black people are in the middle class. The majority of black folks are law-abiding citizens. You have a small subset of people that commit the majority of the crimes. Very small subset of people, within the black community. And even then, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at it. You look at it in the totality. Yeah, it's not black folks committing all the crimes. So when you get someone like an Al Sharpton or anybody else, from the liberal side that They see black and they immediately think criminal, poor, downtrodden, uneducated. That's what Gavin Newsom said. He's like, hey, I'm just like y'all. I can't read, and I didn't score well on my ACT, SAT. Here go Al Sharpton just comparing all black folks to criminals. When are people going to wake up and realize that, man, these people are hustling you? They're hustling you. And they don't think much of you. Because they get out on every turn. They tell you exactly what they think. They don't think you can get an ID. They don't think you know what a computer is. They don't think, they think you're all criminals. They think you're all dumb and can't read. Yeah. They think that you need them in order to survive. Liberals, black and white liberals, they have a God complex. They believe that you need them to make it. I disagree with it. Unfortunately, you have a small subset of people who believe that the Democrat Party is their Lord and Savior. Those of us on this side of things, we don't believe that. We don't believe that, but there's a lot of people that do. And then you get the ladies from The View over there. If Sunny is talking, she's probably lying. And she said something else that was just absurd, but I wanted to share it with you guys. Let's go.
I just think we need to make it clear that there can be no comparison between the Black Lives Matter movement and what we saw on January 6th. I just want to make that clear. There were very limited destruction of property and violence during the uprising.
I want to be clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not generally speaking unruly, but fires have been started.
Oh boy, oh boy.
They just threw something on fire, Chris, a firecracker.
No one should be destructing property and that sort of thing, but I understand the anger.
What you are seeing now, these images came and come in stark contrast to what we saw over the course of the daytime hours in Kenosha and into the early evening, which were largely peaceful demonstrations in the face of law enforcement.
These people are crazy. This lady right here, crazy. If she's talking, she's lying. Do you guys recall those riots from 2020? Those riots caused roughly $1 to $2 billion in insured damages, making them the most expensive episode of civil unrest in United States history. These are the most expensive riots to ever transpire. We're talking 1,500 businesses and properties damaged, over $500 million in property damage, all around the daggone Minnesota area. And this lady had the nerve to come out and say that there were more damage done during J6. Now, I'm not one to say that the folks in J6, what they did was right. The protest, I have no problem with. Once they started going into the Capitol, I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? I remember watching it on TV and I'm like, the protest, whatever. Big deal. You have the right to go out and protest. Once they started, going into the Capitol and they're in people's offices and things of that nature, I'm like, yo, this has gotten out of hand. And I'm like, the Democrats are going to use this in perpetuity. That was my thoughts when it first went down. I'm like, you just gave the Democrats, you just gave them ammo in perpetuity. And now look at this. $2 billion. Those guys in J6, they didn't do $2 billion worth of damage. What? They didn't do that. They didn't cause 1,500 businesses to be damaged and shut down. They didn't do that. This lady is insufferable, man. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. I heard Joy Behar is taking a hiatus. I wish they would permanently put this show on hiatus, man. Permanently. All of them got to go. All of them.
Fox News alert, a BLM executive indicted for embezzling millions in donations and spending it on vacation, shopping, houses. Senior national correspondent Kevin Cork has the details. Kevin.
Crazy stuff, my friend. Authorities say over a 5-year period, 52-year-old Tashella Sharia Moore Dickerson, just like the song, the executive director of Black Lives Matter OKC, diverted more than $3 million in return bail checks right into her very own bank accounts. And tonight, thanks to a 25-count federal indictment, she faces up to 450 years behind bars and millions in potential fines. Dickerson charged with 20 counts of wire fraud and 5 counts of money laundering following a scheme in which she's accused of routing money intended for the group's programs into accounts that she controlled between June of 2020 and October of 2025. The indictment said she used the money for her own personal benefit, including travel to Jamaica and the Dominican Republic, tens of thousands of dollars in retail shopping, more than 50 grand in food deliveries. Also a vehicle and 6 real estate properties as well. When contacted about the charges, a spokesperson for BLM says that they practice a, quote, model of decentralized leadership. Got it. Oh, and by the way, you've heard the expression, birds of a feather flock together. Well, I'm going to leave this right here, Jesse.
Look at this. So $3 million in fraud, $50,000 on DoorDash. That's insane. But I mean, looking at the pictures, I mean, I guess you can, you know what? Let me not be mean. But this is outrageous, man. That money could have served so many people in the community. So many. Homeless, people who are, suffering from, food insecurities, could have sent some people to college, could have, gave some business grants. These people don't care about you, man. They don't. They get out here and grift on the backs of black people, but they don't actually care about black people. This right here is a prime example. Another example. She's not the first, and I would assume she won't be the last. We're going to continue to hear about these people getting caught up, in fraud. And the fact that she's facing 450 years in prison. These are federal charges. The feds don't lose. 89%, if I'm not mistaken, 88 or 89% conviction rate. 94% of people just take the plea. She's going to take that plea. They got it. Typically when the feds come and they got you, they got you. She's going to take the plea. She's probably going to get 20, 25 years or so. And, it's the last we'll hear of her for quite some time.
Sick. A woman can't raise children. You can't raise children you got to have balls. You got to have a man. And for a man to not take responsibility to raise his children or to be, you have a responsibility before God. And we don't want to hear that.
They say a man that doesn't take care of his children, doesn't provide for his family is worse than an unbeliever.
Women's rights. No. We got the sickest, poorest, economically deficient people on the planet. The other thing is this, is that when that boy Mondami came on the scene, this is he is, if you will, if you must, Hamas supporting anti-Jesus, and Nick talking about he got a good program. I don't give a damn how good his program is. And Jesus is Lord, and I'm voting for him, and I ain't telling nobody else to vote for him. I'm tired of the Democrat Party making fun of our women and fun of our men. I'm tired of it. I've had enough of it. The man needs to stand up and be a man.
Hey, the language can be a little harsh. A lot of this I'm going to bleep out, but he's absolutely right, man. And I'm glad that people are starting to call it out. I'm glad you're starting to see it, man.
Free bus ride, rent free. There go the again. Government, gimme.
Wow. Hey guys, this is Latina, your favorite community advocate. So I'm pretty sure you saw the video below. It's a local pastor from Harlem who's very vocal. He's, I don't condone the languages that's used in this video, but he is making some very valid points about the black community and how we can be suckered by the Democrats with these whole freebies. And we need to start valuing our worth, our votes, and start making these politicians earn our votes. The word free is a very, very dangerous thing for the black community. And he's right. You had Mayor Mondani who ran an entire campaign about freebies, and people ate it all up and believed his lying ass. And then what happened when he got elected? You all got played. You see black people who are pushed out of his administration, not getting the opportunities that we all deserve, just being played and taken for granted. This pastor is making some valid points. You may not like the way he's projecting it, but he is right.
He's absolutely right. Folks gotta stop falling for the politics of the Democrat Party. To be honest with you, stop falling for the politics of any politician out there, regardless of what side they're on, right, left, independent, doesn't matter. Stop falling for it. Hold these people accountable. Make them earn your vote. Don't just vote blue no matter who, because when you do that, you get nothing. Everybody's been saying this. Everybody's been saying it. Just blindly supporting a party or blindly supporting a candidate because you think they're a Democrat or because they're black, where is that getting you? Supporting an organization because it says Black Lives Matter when they've done nothing, but still, that's all they've done. How many stories are you going to have to hear about different members of Black Lives Matter, these organizations that take all this money? They took a lot of corporate money. You had a lot of folks donating to their coffers. And you find out they do nothing for the community, nothing. And they actually have the ability to do so, but they make a conscious choice not to. Got to ask yourself, why? I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. As always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. In the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.